What's it like when you put all that work in and then it's kind of suddenly over in a flash?
It's never happened to me before. I feel, like I say, I feel I'm in a daze, a bit of a daze. I just feel a bit robbed of a fight.
What about you, Martin?
He feels in a daze. I'm the one to go on the stitches. No, I mean to say, look, the fight fans have been robbed of a good fight. That fight there, it was only around half, whatever would have seen, but it was starting to warm up nicely. That would have been a terrific fight, you know what I mean? And I think it had 12 rounds written over it all day long, you know. Everybody knew Stewie was the bigger lad, the stronger lad, and he showed it early on. But obviously, I was doing my game plan, sticking to the boxing, and it was starting to gel nice. It was going to be a hell of a fight, you know. Like Stewie said, he feels deprived of showing that he was world class tonight and putting a good performance on for his fans and what have you. And I feel a little bit deprived. Obviously, I haven't had a chance to prove that I'm in the same level as Stewie, because I believe I am, but I've never had a chance to show that. But at the end of the day, the North East of England still got a world champion in Stewie Hall, and he's a good fighter, and a lot of respect for him. Obviously, you've seen in the build-up, there's never been no bad blood. He's a very good fighter, and I believe he's probably the best bantamweight. He is the best bantamweight in the world, you know. Tim McDonald's, and they're not going to be him. Paul Butler. He's far too small. You know, he's never ever going to get near Stewie, and I believe he'll definitely keep his belt for a little bit longer. Yeah, definitely.
How many stitches do you have?
I think it was 5 on the inside and 8 or 9 on the outside, something like that. So it's pretty bad cut, obviously. But like I said, it's boxing. It wasn't nobody's fault. It was just accidental clash of heads, and it is what it is. Obviously, all me and Stewie both can do is apologise to the fans for.
Some kind words, mate.
Yeah, listen, he is a true champion. He proved it against Malinga. He didn't have a chance to prove it tonight against myself, and obviously I was hoping to dethrone him, but he's a great champion, he's a good fighter, and Mick Mars is a hell of a coach, and that's why Stewie's in the position he is now today, working with the likes of him. And like we both said, we're sorry for the fans, really. The fans are the people that's missed out on an absolute, could have been a classic, and I believe it would have been a classic, yeah.
How did you feel when the cut actually happened? I mean, because Stuart couldn't remember it. What actually?
I remember it. It's clear as daylight.
You were the one feeling it.
Yeah, I didn't feel it.
He came with the right hand, and he just fell short. And every fight, when you fall short, you roll or you do something to get out of trouble. He'd done that. That's what he works in the gym. And as he rolled out, I pulled out, and the heads came together. And well, that's what you get. But it was obviously the referee called it an accidental head clash. It was an accidental head clash. Obviously, I don't believe Stewie's got any needle in him at all to go in with his head. You know, and we are good mates, whatever. Like I said, it is what it is, and we're just very sorry for all the fans who turned out tonight.
Dennis, what's the situation? I mean, it's June the 21st. Presumably that's not when he's got to fight the mandatory. Is that when they'll call first bids, or?
No, it is the mandatory for June.
Because obviously the eliminator doesn't happen until next week, so.
Yeah, as soon as whoever wins that eliminator, and then it's the mandatory.
Yeah, but short term.
But is there an opening to get someone a fight at the end of May? Because obviously Stewie's fit and has only done a round of boxing.
I don't know though, does it?
He's had a 10-week training camp.
He's had a non-stop training camp since before Christmas.
And especially at this weight, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? He's to the ounce when you're a bantamweight. Obviously, he gets it absolutely bang on. He's a fantastic specimen as regards. So you can't keep taxing your body all the time, putting it under pressure, because something's going to give. So you've got to have a look at that and see what's on offer. But we've got to talk to the IBF, see what the situation is, if there is any bit of leeway with that date. But you know, the rules are rules. And if we've got to fight a mandatory, we'll fight a mandatory. I mean, Marty said some kind words there, and it shows what a gentleman he is. But I'll just reiterate what he said. I do believe that Stuart is probably the strongest man. He don't need to fear anybody. He's had the platform for him to achieve, obviously, the status, and he's grown into it very, very quickly. As a man, his demeanour, body language, is very, very positive, very strong, and I think that'll take some breaking. And I won't have any qualms in putting Stuart in with any bantamweight. They're in for a hard night. And people can say, yeah, but he's not flashy. He might come in straight lines. He don't come in straight. He's smarter than what a lot of people give him credit for, and he eats like a mule for a bantamweight. You know, so you know, I probably might not give testament to that, and I'm sure Boozy and Malinga will. So we've got a very credible world champion up here in the northeast, and like Mike says, the positive thing out of this is we've still got a world champion in the northeast.
Mark, if it's not possible before the next fight, is that something that you would like to do again? Is it?
Yeah, well, listen, I believe obviously I'm world class. I'm still a Commonwealth champion, so I'll get on and try and defend that. I'm pretty sure Stuart will take care of his mandatory fight, whether it's the American or McDonald. I think Stewie's improved 10 times since he boxed McDonald the first time, and he beat him this time around. No doubts about it if he comes through. And then hopefully, obviously, if I'm still Commonwealth champion and he's world champion, and then pretty sure, obviously, Dennis might make it happen again on his next voluntary.
I'd definitely give him a rematch. He deserves it, doesn't he?
Stewie, so in that case, if the IBF could make an exemption and you had your way, who would your next fight be against?
If he was alright, I'd give him a rematch. It's only fair, innit? But I'll just sit down and make him to see what happens.
And do you think that's something that you and Martin want and that the North East would welcome as well?
North East would love it, wouldn't it? It'd be a big sellout. It'd be bigger than the night, wouldn't it? Because they were robbed, weren't they? They'd want to know what happened. It's like the Flush Groves, isn't it? It's the same thing. We're being robbed, haven't we?
Mick, how soon do you think, if he had what, a 2 or 3 week break, how soon would you sort of contemplate Stewie being back in the ring?
That's an hard one, isn't it?
Come on, Victor.
I would say like back end of June, July. Obviously, the position we're in now, I want Stuart to rest as much as he can before we go again, because we've trained really hard since November.
Because he went straight back into training essentially after the
and
once the eye calmed down.
He needs a bit of a he was in an absolute war against Fusey Malinga, and no disrespect to Martin or all like that, but Martin's not a physical fighter, so that's why it were good for us to fight Martin Ward. We wouldn't want it to go back into a very physical war again so soon. So we'll have to sit down and see how it goes, but I think he needs a bit of a rest and then back in straight away.
The problem we've got is the World Cup. So the date we have at the moment is early June. Now, if we go beyond that, it's going to go into October, November. And we haven't got the time because it's mandatory due. So we are on the bones with getting a mandatory. And we won't get a TV day because of the World Cup.
But you could get a voluntary in before June 21st, possibly.
No, I don't know about the voluntary. Like I said, we've got the IBF to talk
to, yeah.
So there's a bit of talking and negotiating to do, but as we speak, the mandatory is due. So,
that's about 12 weeks, isn't it?
Pardon?
That's about 12 weeks, isn't it?
Yeah, about 12 weeks. Yeah. But if we go past, like you said, if we go past the first week of June, then we've got the World Cup to think about, and we've got to, and the IBF aren't bothered about the World Cup.
No.
Well, I'm not bothered about the World Cup because I don't think we've got a chance. That's what we've got to have a look at and see where we are. But one thing's for sure, I mean, I think he's going to be a superstar up here, Stuart, in the North East, and he should savour it while he's here, because he's a special talent, and he's just like matured at the right time. They say, I know it's cliche, but right fights, right time. It's just timing. It's all about timing. It's just arrived at the right time, and he's so clued up worldwide, as well as obviously he's got a great boxing brain, and his style works. His style works. People can look at him and go, well, he's not a. They'll think you're thinking about Floyd Mayweather. They get in there in front of him, and bloody hell, very effective, and he's effective at the top level.
Stuart, can I just ask you, going back to December, you've obviously still got the belt, right? Can you put into words, or try to, the comparison of how you feel now, sat there with your belt compared to...
Just totally deflated, really. Just in the days, just a bit gutted.
But it was such a high, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, that was just that takes some beating that. But like you said, if it had went a bit longer and we'd have got the win, it might have been a bit different, but it didn't, did it?
You can see how you're at.
Stuart, how much do you think tonight is unfinished business for you?
Well, it is, isn't it, really? It was only a round, wasn't it? So just we're both robbed of a fight, like you said. So was the crowd. Just one of the things.
Dennis, you've put on a big bill tonight in the North East. What's tonight's bill taught you about boxing in this part of the world?
It's great up here. 2 nice pretty houses as
Proper
well.
buzz,
Yeah. The people up here are very positive, they're very passionate about the sport, and it's great to see, because I'm a sports person. I play sport all my life, so I get it. I'm a boxing fan anyway, as well as a promoter, so you know, the feeling that you get, everybody's been positive, you know, we've had that much support in helping put it together. It's been a dream, so I can't wait to put something together very, very quickly. So it's just a matter of, like, obviously getting all the ingredients to add up and put together, and making sure the IVF right and on the side, and obviously if we've got to go into a purse bid, or if we can negotiate, if we've got to negotiate with a mandatory challenger, then I've got that to do, but that's what we do, that's our job. Stuart does his job in the ring, we do our job out of it, so that's how the partnership works. But one thing's for sure, we love it up here, and we want to keep coming back here. I think it's a fantastic place, and I think it's being starved of big time boxing, but you know, they've got a hero now, and so we need to savour it. Too many of our fighters have gone from these shores and come unstuck against, you know, in the dodgy decisions, or don't travel well. You know, I've been on the end of 1 or 2 of them in my time as a promoter, so as much as we can, I'll be, if I have to, I'll dig deep to make sure that we get Stuart defending his title here as many times as possible.
So was that the same for you, because obviously you've missed out on an opportunity to show your fans?
What a venue, that was just brilliant out there. I just looked round, soaked it up, it was amazing, and I can't wait to come back. Because I think the North East, there's a big buzz around the full. Everywhere, everyone's feeling it, all the press, everything's. I think the next one will be even bigger. I think get maybe 8,000 in there.
But that'll be a part of you as well, that you felt like tonight you wanted to put on a show for everybody.
Yeah, it's just one of them things, innit? I'm good.